This is Sunday. And yesterday we did NZD USD. This is how this is how price this is how price looks like in the weekly time frame. Mhm. This is how price looks like in the weekly time frame. Trust me, in the daily time frame, this push, this whole push, this whole push from this uh lower high, low, high to this point can make the daily bearish. And this is just with this is the body close because we also have these weeks. So the initial pullback is even deeper. You see, from this level and that level. Uh, so that's why I'm now waiting for the extra confirmation. Because when the extra confirmation happens, even the daily will be bullish. And I don't care if the daily goes bullish before this weekly candle close. I want the weekly candle close. Then I will take my buy. So let's now jump to the daily time frame and see what's going on. So you can see this is the engulfing that we have on the weekly time frame. This is the close, the open, and this is the close. And interestingly, you can see when we're having this retest here, when we're having this retest on the weekly time frame, because we tested this over here. And see how price is looking. This is the weekly time frame, this is the daily time frame. So let me just zoom in. So you can see this retest is this push here. Okay. So let me just remove this line since you already know this is the or let's keep convergence lines passive. So you see, so you yeah, yeah. So you can see this story test here is this push at this level. And what happens in the daily time frame, this same push we're having is now different. In the daily time frame we're having we have a lot of um, okay, let me just start from we're having these structure points, you can see, then we go bullish once price breaks above this level. And it did, you see, then we go bearish when price breaks below, when price went bullish, then again that structure, then price makes a new high, and price goes bearish. You see, but I don't want to. When price goes bearish, then price makes another lower low, and now price goes bullish. But first, before we focus on the bullish part, I just wanted to show you how this retest, this whole retest is is in the perspective of the daily time frame. So you can see we're making lower, high highs and lows, and this is the retest. So this whole retest, this retest in the daily time frame is equivalent to this one. And mind you, it's the same, it's at the same spot where this price is retested. You see, because when the daily time frame breaks below the OG level, even this one breaks below the OG level, but you can see the same retest, it's just now different. And the weekly time frame, everything is normal. So that's the weekly being bullish from this structure point and having the retest of this one here. You'll see uh, how this is our value is today. Okay, so this is so here what we're looking at is we're looking at two things. Uh, We're looking at two things. This is the weekly, and this is the daily. So this is the daily. You can see these are all bullish. The day, the weekly is bullish, very bullish by the way, and meaning the daily has to be bullish as well for us to buy it, right? But in this case, the daily is bearish. Here, right now, the 4 hour is not our concern. That's this two, the weekly and the daily time. So what we need is since price uh, since price is at this level, the OG level, we now we want the daily to go bullish. We want the daily to change so it can be in line with the weekly time frame. Okay? So the weekly time frame, this is the daily time frame. So this should show you that what if you have a big move in the weekly time frame, something like this. In the daily time frame, this whole retest can be the daily going bearish as well. If this was in the daily time frame and you have this retest, the 4 hour time frame, this whole retest can also be going bearish, even when the daily is bullish. So what I'm trying to say is, if this was, let's just say, if this was the daily, this can happen in the 4 hour easily. This can happen in the 4 hour, and you have to wait for the 4 hour to go bullish. Okay, so in this case, then you have to wait for the 4 hour to go bullish. Okay, but the only difference is that once the 4 hour goes bullish, but the only difference is once the 4 hour uh, goes bullish, we look entry. You see? But if this is but if it's the daily time frame, we just want to see the daily shift. So once the daily shift, then we now focus to the weekly time frame. So this is the day, this is the weekly, and this is the daily. Okay. So we want the daily to go bullish. And what happens now in the market? You can see that this is the lower low. And what happens is price, after making a new lower low, price makes a new lower high and a new lower low again. You see? So this is what's happening. So let's just put it back at this level on the daily time frame. Now you can see this is what's happening. Let me just remove these lines since you now know what's going on. Okay. So this is what happens in the daily time frame. Now that this has happened, we still want the daily to go bullish. We've just made the new lower high, which is this level. This is a lower high. This is a lower low. So we still want the daily to go bullish. So this is the whole week for last. This is the whole week where I'm just waiting for price to go bullish, and I know that I'll be buying next week. You see, so I'm just at this time. I'm just observing. I'm just, oh, cool. We have a lower low. Okay, cool. And now what happens is on Wednesday we start having this rejection. You can see price start recovering. Friday we get the recovery. Last week Monday we get that push. Tuesday we get that push. Wednesday we get that push. And Friday, we also get that, Thursday, we get that final push. Price tries to reject the level. So now what happens is the same thing. Uh, this will be fun. You see how this will be fun. Just try to follow me for now. So you can see we're at this level. Then now you can see price start making those higher rejections, higher rejections, higher rejections, higher rejections, and now price breaks. And it broke from this level. But let's just put where we are now, which is this zone here. Bah. So now we get the confirmation we need. So now, this is what's happening. Price now breaks. So now, here the update goes. Finally, we, this is how you spell final. Finally, we get the daily uh shift, shift of structure. But for me, I like calling it the SOS. So when you get the SOS, uh, this is our happy spot now. We're happy, we're excited. Now we are bullish, guys. This trade is ready to go, right? Yeah. And this happens on Thursday. This happens on Thursday. But for me, my interest is I'm waiting for the weekly candle close. And on Thursday, price is at this level on the weekly time frame. And that's good. We are getting the engulfing I need, but I'm waiting for Friday to respect this zone. And I'm hoping that Friday doesn't retest, because if it gives me that deep retest, this weekly candle won't show me the won't give me the break I need, because I need the weekly to close above so I can be uh ready about the buys. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see, so this is the weekly candle. One price. So for when we are getting that break on Thursday, price is at this level. You see, uh so now, for me, I'm hoping that price keeps on going so I can close at least around above the OG level here. My prayer is not having the weekly closing below this line, because if we get that close below that line, then I'll know that if you see, if we get the close below that line, then I'll know that the weekly failed to break, and we have to. It will be a bullish trade. It will be a good buying trade, but it's a bit risky because the weekly didn't totally engulf. You see, because we're just trying to break down the risk. That's the only goal here. We're just trying to reduce the risk of the trade. So you can see finally we get that break. And since now we get the break and the weekly is at this level, everything is now okay. The daily and the weekly is now in line. We now have the daily is now bullish. Everything is now in perfect alignment. So now, since we are done with the daily, done with the weekly, it's time to go to our last baby. Who and this guy is now the forward time frame. Okay. So this is the daily. Now you will see what's going on in the same forward time frame. Okay. Wow. So let's go on the forward time frame. Just okay. So so you can see I also just start from the break. So you can see the core was also bullish. Then we had the break. So once we had the break, this price is of no use to me in the forward time frame. My focus is on the daily time frame and the weekly time frame. But this is just for entry. Okay. But you can also see that prices made a new lower low. Price came back at that level, made that level, and broke again. You see? So again, in the same actual breaking, you can see that we are now waiting for price to also go bullish. So as the daily is going bullish, The 4 hour is also trying to go bullish. You can see it's giving a step resistance, giving a step resistance, trying to break above, trying to break above, it fails to break above. You can see all these wicks, all these indecision candlesticks, and breaks, price now finally breaks above, and we are at this level now. See? So the same thing has happened, but just in the lower time frame, there's just a bit too much noise. So you see what I'm saying? It's always the same thing, but the only difference is the lower time frame, there will be just a little bit of noise, and this is what happened. This is what happened. What happened? So now that the daily is bullish, and we've also noticed that the 4 hour is also bullish. This is the 4 hour now. And since the 4 hour is bullish at this level, the only thing I need, let me just try to do this. So, see, this is the same move, but the only difference is this is the same move, but the only difference is how price has respected this. Let me and if you guys can understand from this explanation, so the same thing, you can see that on the daily time frame, that's the major push and the major break. But for the forward time, you can also see that price is also trying to fight. And when we are getting this daily candle closes until it breaks, you can see also the 4 hour is trying to, it's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Even though it's structure, but you can see in some sort, if we can consider this as a trend, probably in the 1 hour time frame, this was a bullish trend. So again, if I was to switch this and want to introduce the 1 hour time frame, you'd see larger noise. Again, you'd see massive shift, price goes bullish, price goes bullish, price goes bullish, but the direction is the same. So now that we are bullish in all time frames now. This is all we are now all bullish in time frames. All we need is just price for the 4 hour time frame. Price to retest at this level and give us the entry. Then we can enter our buy. And enter our buy and enter. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. So if you remember the last hour we're going through this, I was telling you about the 4 hour time frame. I was saying so once we get the test at this level, then we can see the look for means we can take this by. So you can see that if price gets to this zone, either either the daily time frame will have also a retest or it might just be a pullback. It's either the daily time frame might do something like this or it might just be a pullback. But now my main focus is on the 4 hour time frame. Because this one the was the daily time frame is already in check and the weekly time frame is already in check. The only thing we have now in question mark is the 4 hour time frame. So let's look at the 4 hour time frame. So if you can see the 4 hour time frame, we need price to come back at this level. We need price to come back at this level. At this level, then we can sell. But with the look of things, it's very hard to determine which one is the high low. But the high we already know is this level there. But which one can be our high low? Is it this one? Is it this one? Or is it this one? Or is it this one? Our high low is this level here. This is our high low. And the look of things, what we would want is price to make a new lower high and a new lower and a new high, low, a new higher low and a new high. So that once price is back at this zone, I can get a clear shift and a clear lower higher low and a new lower high. Because if price retests this zone and I'm back, let me show you. In the 4 hour time frame, I can happen within this one here. But the only bad part is it will be happening at the level where I think I drag this. Yeah, this is how it should be. Drag it. Okay, so we'll be waiting for price to retest this level and then we can catch up by basically just waiting for price to retest this OG level. Then but what I need is I need price to make a new higher low and a new high, or even just a tiny higher low in a small break, just something small like that, so that once price starts giving me that retest, I'll know that price will go bearish on the 4 hour time frame, and so that when price is back at this OG level, I'll just be waiting for the shift and the retest to then buy. But this is a bit easier when you're buying than compared to if you just have the direct retest at this daily origin level and an engulfing. It's very hard to buy in that level, in that market situation, and so that's the two scenarios we might get. it's either price might make a new it's either price might make a new higher low and a new higher high, then shift and go back to our entry point, or price might just give us a straight retest to this OJ level. By a straight retest, I mean price can be making this form of structure instead of making a new high, and still be forced to buy at this low, because all this will just be structure. But what I mean by this is where price tries to break above, breaks, retests a bit, at least from this level, gives us a small retest and breaks above, then comes back to this entry point, then that would be a solid buy for us. But even this one is also a solid buy for us, but it's just hard to, when placing our stop loss, especially that recently JPY pairs have been very volatile. So then I'm going the opposite direction of the JPY Japanese yen. So I need just this bit of clarity before I buy. So but these are the two outcomes if price wants to retest the zone. It might happen in this form or in this form. And if price doesn't retest at this level, we won't buy or do anything at all, because our interest is buying within this zone. This being our lower higher low, this being our high, and this can change, there's no problem. But the moment price fails to test back at this zone, or the moment price makes a new higher low and a new high, my only interest will remain as long as price comes back to this position. So that's the analysis we have for USD JPY, and we'll just wait and see how the market moves on Monday, Tuesday, because we already have a trade running in USD card, so hopefully it might close on Monday, so you can catch another trade on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, but so that is what we have for now in USD JPY. So if you can see, we've gone through USD JPY, we've gone through NZD, USD, where we need to sell, but we have to make sure the daily holding. We have USGP card with these scenarios I was showing you yesterday. We have Euro card, and we have Euro card. Yeah, I think I also explained Euro card, and that's also from these two. This is what we had last week. Let's see if we can pick at least just one, because all these are going in the same direction, and I just want to pick one that we can add to this four, so we can have five. Then we are set for next week. One bad part is both have given us deeper tests in all time frames, but same with the in the weekly. Oh, this is the daily. What is the daily time frame? Sorry. Let's see. Let's switch to the weekly time frame. Okay, yeah. Now I have been more. See. So look at this pair. If you remember, I told you when price is retesting at the weekly level, once price breaks below my OG level, I can't do anything, because now I don't know what price wants to do. If it will hold that level, if it wants. So with this kind of pullback, just right then, I can't really buy this pair. And Because you can also see that price is almost at its OG level here, where even though you can test the daily like go bearish, and meaning I only have 2 points where I can place my buy, either this point or that other point. And this one is invalid because it's closer to my higher low. You see, and I told you when price is closer to our higher low, that's when we pull that move where it price retests and has a deeper retest, wait for the break, and then another retest to then buy. So that's what we do here. You can see this is our high, and our initial retest was supposed to be this was a high. This is a high low and this is our high. So I initially test where we expected price to sell. It's supposed to be high. This was the first level where price was supposed to sell, but price didn't hold. And this was the second level where price was supposed to buy, and price didn't hold as well. And you can see it's closer to my OG, to my last OG level. So what I need is the daily time frame to give me a break above the OG level here and a retest, and I mean Dolphin can show me it's holding this level, then I'll buy. That's the only time I'll take a buy in this NZD card. Yeah, but you can also see even on the weekly time frame how this price push was so the strong bearish candle. And for me to be clear that this momentum will change, I need at least next week to close with a bearish, with a bullish candle. And that can happen while the daily gives me this push I'm telling you guys about. So you'll see. So, and then we have AUD, AUD card. And if you look at the daily time frame, it's at its OG level. You see this is our OG level. And if you can see, price has failed to break below this uh, this weekly OG level. We closed around this same level, and price can again. I need to see if price should hold. I need to see if price can hold. But this one, you can see at least this retest is right around the OG level compared to this one. Compared to NZD card. NZD card, the retest is way, um, it broke below the OG level. So this one, I can't really trade it next week. NZD card, I can't really trade it next week. But if you see AUD card, we can look at this pair next week because price is retesting at this OG level right there, and it's holding. And the only thing I need now is it's just a weekly push to the upside. Usually, mm, what I need here is just price. Since price has retested, you can see this is a bearish movement. Price retested. I need a holding signal, which is a daily candle. Then you show the weekly bullish candlestick, which will show me that okay, this price will buy at this level it is now. So the only reason why I would put this is I would just love to watch it, but I wouldn't really take a trade in AUD card because the weekly hasn't given me the confirmation. Look at USD card, I have my confirmation of buying. NZD USD, I have my confirmation of selling. GBP card, I have my confirmation of selling. Euro card, I have my confirmation of buying right there, you see. So even though price we tested, I'm still waiting for those extra confirmation. So for AD card, price has given us this nice retest. And we got the retest on the weekly time frame. And on the daily time frame, we can have a nice spin. This can happen when we have a nice spin back and price continues pushing up. It can be fun. Um, but the key thing is, I don't know if price will hold this zone, but this automatically is out, and this is for this week, this week, and this can be potential trade next week. Yeah, this is what we have for now. Um, the only key is us picking, and you can see this one. If you look at the daily time frame, at least the daily time frame is a bit further from the OG level compared to this one. You can see how this is so close. So, but we can look at this, but we can only trade them next week. We only trade them next week. You'll see how the trade, the pair will react at this week. We'll see how the pair will react at this week. But again, it can react and give us this kind of daily push. You see, because after this week here, price can also do this, by the way, and give us that retest, then the buy. Okay. But for this one, the only reason why I can't restart is because this price is so close to my daily level. And AUD card is at least it's a bit further. Yeah, just a bit. And maybe we can add the AUD card. We can add the AUD card, but we wouldn't, for sure, I know there's a lower chance I might take this trade. There's a lower chance I might take this trade because of what I'm telling you. And the way this price retested this zone, you can see there was no any sort of confirmation. The daily is bullish and the weekly at this OG level. Yeah, weekly is at this OG level. See perfect example to show you guys. So here the trick is price can retest, yes, quite right, and it can show you it's holding by breaking above. That's fine. And but if you switch to the daily time frame, you see something interesting. You see, for this AD card, the daily time frame, I want price to do something like this on a Monday. Or you see, this is on a this is on a Monday. Because price we close with this type of engulfing. And and so that's that's what I can tell you. We need this to happen on a Monday for this pair because on Friday close was at the retest level. You can see if I try to increase the opacity, you can see it's the same thing. So even here, if I do this, you can see that price is this one. The only bad part is this one is a smooth retest. You see, it's a very nice smooth retest. This one is a very nice smooth retest as a list. Lot of candles, smooth, and it does a way of showing me that price has engulfed to this small engulfing close. But look at this kind of daily candle we have. This is a strong bullish candlestick, but that candlestick close. And even if I want to wait for the daily to hold, it has to engulf all the way up to this zone. If you can see, because that's where, let me show you something. Why we won't pick this trade. Even though it's at its old level. You can see this is the daily close. If the daily is the daily high, the daily candlestick open was this zone here, and the close was this zone here. And for me to know that the daily is holding, I need this Monday candle close to engulf like that. And if the Monday close engulf like that, this means this trade is now ruined because I want to buy once prices here. So for me to get the Monday close that can show me the daily close that will show me it's holding, this price has to give me another daily bearish candle that is smaller enough that the daily will engulf will give me that, show me it's holding, and that already now ruins the trade because we are now trading below the OG level, and we'll be now near to our what? We'll be now closer to our lower low, higher low. So there's even a higher chance we might have two daily bearish candle push below, and meaning I also have to apply the same rule I'm applying in NZD card, where if price breaks below, I wait for the break above and then buy, because this, for this daily candle, for this daily structure to give me a confirmation that price is holding, I need at least a retest or something like this. I need the retest or something like this to happen. You can see that small bearish close and that small, that nice pin, but how can price give me a small bearish close at this level? Meaning it has to go lower. And if it goes lower, we've now broken below my OG level. And if it tries to engulf, you'll be above and you'll be out of my trade zone. So then this trade is also invalid, meaning next week, even though it's clean for this week, I have to push this trade to next week. That's why I've put it there. So for now, I only have these four: NZD, USD, Euro card, GBP card, and USD JPY. And then in the next round, maybe I'll see if maybe I made the mistake and left out any among these that we can add for next week. I also wanted to add ZAO USD, but you can see how this price for buys, but you can see how this price closed with its bearish candle close. So I need again this price to give me a daily confirmation, weekly confirmation that price is going to buy. But for now, I can't do anything. US oil, this trade is almost 18 now. Take profit. I don't know why it's been taking all this. Wow, but we might hit it more, most likely. So from that, then this is what we had last week. And apart from this, it's been was the last was a good weekend. We expect price to keep pushing, and you can see the USD pair as well. USD pair was bearish. This was a nice push, and Bitcoin is finally bearish, and you can see what I told you on the daily time frame that day, that since we have this retest, if the daily can break outside, I want it to break, but not to give me an engulfing. Because when it gives me an engulfing, this becomes my new lower high, and making this my new lower low. But it did that. So if you switch on the 4-hour time frame, you can see But again, I need price to retest back at my OG level to buy, which is this zone here. Which is this zone. And for now, the 4 hour is bearish because we made a new lower low there. So I need 4 to go bullish and come back at this one. Then we'll deal with the sales from there. Let's put let me just back at the daily time frame. Yeah, so this is where I'm looking for my sales and wait for price to come back here. And then you take it from there. But if you're a position trader, you can catch this sale now and just enter and put your stop right above the wick and your take profit right below your 1 to 3, which is around 60 or 70 level there. Okay, so that's it for now. So welcome back, guys. So let me just go through the markets. Summarize. Uh, okay. Here I decided not to add these two, like I told you, based off the explanation I gave you. Uh, based off the explanation I gave you on this pair. So I only trade these four for this week. But my Wi-Fi is a bit stupid there. So you can see, I told you for these pairs, I need further confirmation because of the dailies of this OG level, which is all right. But just excuse me, the forward there. Okay, you can see that the daily is at this zone. And for me to know that the daily is holding, I need price to make another lower low. So another lower low, so at price, higher low, so at price. Oh, another daily candle, so at price can engulf, or else I need price to engulf this previous bullish candle. And if price engulfs, then I can't really take any buy. So meaning I have to expect it to give me another low, another bearish engulfing candle, and you will see at the same time I'll be buying when the daily is closer to my high low. So then I have to wait for the price to break above and engulf, and this makes it another all new. um, yeah, can we pick this? No, we won't pick this week. We just wait for next week for this pair. And for these, the rest, you can see none of them gave me what I wanted. Starting with AUDJPY. Even though it gave us that, I'm still just waiting for price to retest this level. And Euro CHF price is still at this point. And even though price is very much bearish on the weekly time frame, and you can see that price reacted nicely at the weekly OG level with a nice engulfing. And price is supposed to sell until it's at this zone. But if I switch on the daily time frame, I don't like what how we are looking. So I'll try to just observe it this week. Then euro and euro and euro and euro USD, you can see we are bullish. So I need the daily to go bearish, meaning even though it reacted at that level, can't take a buy until we break below this. AUD NZD. Price is clear. You can see the daily has broken above. We need price to retest to then buy, which is fine. And even on the weekly time frame, We just need price to retest this level, and then we can buy. But the only reason I don't like this pair is because I'll be buying at the all-time high. That's the only that's the only bad part. But it's very clean, and if you use the daily time frame, it's even cleaner. You can see we have the daily break. All we need is the daily retest. And as well on the 4 hour time frame, you can see when price comes back at this level, mm, to give us, we just have to wait for the daily to go bullish, the 4 hour to go bullish, bearish, then switch and give us that shift. Then we can buy. But I just don't like that we are buying at the all-time high. What I would want for this price to do is to keep giving me higher highs, new higher highs. Then next week we can try to sell if price can retest at this zone. But right now, I'm not doing anything at all. And GBP USD price was bullish for me, and now price on the daily is bearish. So I have to wait for the daily to go bullish so I can buy. And as for now, there is nothing I can do about it. Uh, then AUD USD, the same thing I wanted to buy, but you can see price has gone bearish on the daily time frame for it took out this level or that level. So all this becomes invalid now. So I need my daily to go bullish, then I will buy. But if you look at the weekly time frame, this is very fine. This is very fine, and I hope this week we can get some sort of rejection at our OG level, so we can look for buys next week, because this is where we are now, which is fine. We can maybe push this there. And also, USDCHF price just completely went the other way, and so price confirmed the thing I was telling, that this was obviously a shift, for there is a double bot, there's an inverted head and shoulder uh, that formed around that level. So I'm sure that's why price price didn't sell, and that's why price didn't sell and ended up buying. You can also see at this zone. So that's the thing. So even even here, that price now has gone bullish on the daily time frame, and the weekly is bullish. You can catch buys around that level going up. You can catch your buys around that level going to this zone, and you can see the 4 hour time frame has also shifted. So it's just a game of waiting as well. Just wait for price to retest this level, then you can buy. But I am not participating in this buy because I'm still trying to see if this was really a weekly shift, or this is just a pullback. So for now, I'm just observing of how price will react next week. But with the look of things, there's a high chance that price can retest all the way to this zone here. Then we'll see what will happen. And but this can buy, yeah, this can buy, this can continue buying. Mm, Especially that now the daily has gone bullish. Can see we are having this shift. So this is invalid, and this is invalid, and this is the new OG level. So we'll see if price will buy. If price will buy this level, then
I was wrong. I was wrong with the I was wrong with the weekly analysis. But if price drops massively, and that I highly doubt because the daily has gone bullish, price will definitely buy, and price might just have this. Then price can go up. Price can definitely buy. But you know what? I think we can add this pair. Can really add this pair. Because this looks clean. You can see the weekly engulfed. And this supposedly should be the shift that we had. So price can really buy. Price can buy. Yeah, price can buy. Uh, yes. Let's put this here. Yeah. And these other ones, no. So for next week, for this week, we have USD CHF. But you can see I've put it below because this is the last option. Just due to the fact that if this weekly was a shift or not, that's why I've put it below here at the bottom. But NZUSD are looking for our our sales. The network is just low, but we're looking for sales, and you can see price is loading. Yeah, so we are looking for our sales around this level, and Eurocard, we are looking for our buys around that level. Sorry guys, the network is slow today. And then this is GBP card. We're looking for sales around that level. You can see on the weekly time frame. We're looking for sales around this level. And USD JPY, I'm looking for buys around the retest of this level here. This was just our analysis for looking for buys. Uh, so that's it for the today, and let's just see how we